evening and welcome to the evening news for today, Monday, November 27, 2023. I am Jemima Holmes. Thank you for tuning in. Now let's take a look at some of the lead stories tonight. More upgrades planned for CJIA OGLE Airport as e-gates to be installed. Government continues talks with QATAR, Ethiopian Airlines on flying Guyana route. Body found wrapped in hammock along CORENTYNE roadway. Venezuela's claims on ESSEQUIBO pose significant threat to aviation sector, says EDGHILL. And BERBICE chamber to build its own home after 139 years. Now for the news in detail. Discussions are well advanced on outfitting the Jago International Airport with electronic gates, one of several initiatives aimed at improving the services provided at both that facility and the Eugene F. Correa International Airport. Here is Gerald Bryan with our lead story tonight.
Works are continuously ongoing on upgrading the Jago International Airport, with Minister within the Public Works Ministry, Deodat Indar, providing an update on what to expect. According to Indar, works will include the installation of electronic gates, which will simplify the process of boarding flights.
On CJIA, that infrastructure, although we have the manual forms and so that we normally use, when you fly all over the world, you see everything is done electronically, done by app, done by kiosks that you can do your declaration. We have a manual form that you have to fill out until today, which is, an inconvenience to travel in this time in our history. So we've been working through the National IT Advisor, through the Office of the Prime Minister, and who is looking, and actually the discussion is very advanced, to have a number of e-gates so that a person, once they come in and they have our citizenship card that we are developing, that the backbone of that card will have data on everybody that comes in, residents as well as citizens and those who have work permits, so that when you dock that into the system, it records you there and that becomes a permanent file.
He explained that German company Veridos, which was contracted earlier this year for the digital ID cards, is progressing smoothly with this contract. On the Eugene F. Correa Airport, Indar said that a master plan is currently being executed to improve the airport.
I think about a year ago, we have approved a master plan for the development of that airport with the various aspects of creating new terminals, and all the ancillary services that a modern airport should have. And I believe that the airport authority is working to get that in place, because they have about 401 acres of land there, and it needs to be utilized in a way that can, benefit the sector, whether it's cargo operations, whether it's, if it's a hotel, have to go next to the airport for people who come and spend the night and then move forward. Whatever it is, there was a huge plan that we have developed, and I'm looking forward for the implementation of that plan.
CJIA has already gone through several rounds of upgrades, and there are plans to have a state-of-the-art commercial center built by next year. The facility will house 15 concessions, including currency exchange facilities, a restaurant and bar, and ATMs. It will also include business, VIP and executive lounges, as well as a presidential suite and a state-of-the-art conference room. Jago Bryan, The Evening News.
As Guyana continues its talks with a number of airlines from Qatar, Ghana, and even South Africa, Minister of Public Works Juan EDGHILL has emphasized the importance of investing in the human resource capacity of the aviation sector. Here is Gerald Bryan again with the details.
Guyana's attractiveness as an investment destination has stoked the interest in airlines around the world in operating flights here. Such destinations include Qatar, Ghana, and even South Africa, all of whom Public Works Minister Juan EDGHILL noted the government remains interested in having talks. The minister was at the time speaking of the importance of continuing to lift Guyana's aviation standards when it comes to not only technology but human resource capacity.
We have to improve the conditions to ensure that they are confident that they can land. So while we want to talk to Qatar Air about coming to Guyana, Ethiopian Air to come to Guyana, KLM to come to Guyana, Ghana Air to come to Guyana, possibly South African too. When they finish all those long flights, we must be able to have the technology and the people properly trained to ensure that no matter what is the condition, rain, fog, and I almost said snow, they can land in Guyana. So we don't want any of these systems underperforming.
The minister recalled that there was a time when pilots being unable to land was a common occurrence. Now, however, he reported that this has been reduced.
There was a time in Guyana when we used to have flights returning or being diverted because of conditions that they couldn't land, particularly in the morning hours. With the technology and the equipment and with the training of our people in ANS, such occurrences have been reduced significantly. RT, what is the current ratio? Where is she? I saw her somewhere around. Or Samaru. Reduced by 90%, and that is good. Because I recall when we were dealing with that and the technical people were speaking to me about the importance of it, one of the things they said to me is that the last thing a pilot wants is coming from a long flight and can't land.
Guyana had signed an air services agreement as far back as 2018 with Ghana. An air service agreement was also signed with Qatar in 2020 and Saudi Arabia in 2022. There has also been talks about Ethiopian Airlines flying the Guyana route. Jago, The Evening News.
Our BERBICE correspondent Andrew Carmichael now joins us to report that the body of a 54-year-old man was found wrapped in a hammock along the road shoulder at number 77 Village, Quarantine. Here are the details.
The body of 54-year-old Michael Jackson was on Sunday discovered wrapped in a hammock in a clump of bushes along the main access road at number 77 Housing Scheme, Quarantine, BERBICE. Residents say the man might have been killed at another location and the body dumped there. The father of three lived at number 72 Village with his wife and kids. He worked as a laborer in the rice industry. His wife, Jenny Singh, says he left home sometime between 19 hours 30 and 20 hours on Saturday to visit a friend at number 77 Village. According to Smith, he was expected to return home within a few hours, but he never did.
Well, me say he must drink and he sleep by the people them whosoever he go by. Me say he must sleep out. Well, get yourself, he gonna come home. But when I say he come home, Saturday, he and so he left. We tell him we go to the beach. That's Sunday. And he say he gonna go. So we waiting for the beach. We still not see him. So till around 2 to 3 o'clock, then we get to know Michael Jackson there.
Cousin of Michael Jackson.
What you know about this incident? What could you tell us?
Well, basically, I can't say anything at this moment because I wasn't there, and he don't be around us, right? And on the morning, that was yesterday morning, we got the message that Mikey, they found him on the road corner at that street, wrapped up in a hammock, dead. That's the message we get. He was seen in the area earlier. That what we was told, but we don't know with who.
When the body was discovered, there was a wound to the head. Police are waiting on an autopsy to be conducted on the body. Jackson and Smith had been living together for 12 years. Jackson's cousin says they are seeking justice for his death.
It's a life, right? And I don't see that they should do that to him. Despite whatever, they could have, whatever he done to them, I don't know, but they could have reported and take it in their own hand.
For the Evening News, Andrew Carmichael.
Former Guyanese ambassador to the United States, Dr. Rudy Nsenali, passed away on Sunday after a prolonged illness at the age of 87. Retired Justice Prim Persad also passed away on Sunday at the age of 86. In messages of condolences, President Dr. Irfan Ali noted that Nsenali was one of Guyana's foremost diplomats and a distinguished international statesman. According to President Ali, as Guyana's Minister of Foreign Affairs from 2001 to 2008, Dr. Nsenali advanced Guyana's national interests on the international stage. He added that his was a life dedicated to diplomacy and particularly for advocating the cause of small states. The former ambassador had the honor of serving as the president of the United Nations General Assembly and was for many years Guyana's permanent representative to the world's foremost multilateral institution. Meanwhile, President Ali has expressed that Justice Persad was a highly respected member of the bench, and as such, his passing is a loss for the country's legal profession. He noted that Justice Persad had a long and fulfilling career as a judge, and even after retiring, he agreed to continue in public service as the chairman of the Public Utilities Commission and as a member of the Judicial Service Commission. Coming up, Venezuelans launched Georgetown rally against Maduro's territorial threats to Guyana, and we're not warmongers, but we must defend our territory by all means, says Vice President. Do stay with us. More news ahead.
Transitions Light Intelligent Lenses. Pick your color. Choose your style. Available at Optique Vision Care.
At Gaffur's, we have the locks to keep your home and family safe from intruders. Get security with Toledo and Dura door locks, made in the USA and Canada. They fit most doors 1 3/8 to 1 3/4 inch thick, with a 2 3/8 to 2 3/4 inch back set. Gaffur's also has the popular Yale brand, with competitive prices in various styles and finishes. You can also get weatherproof padlocks by Yale and Toledo in sizes 30mm to 70mm. So get top brand, durable and affordable locks to keep you safe day and night from Gaffur's Macdoom Mega Complex and outlets at Parika, Needs, Land of Canaan, Bedawacting, Rose Hall, Kanji and Diamond. Gaffur's, the name you.
Giving you the best Christmas with digital.
DIGICELL is bringing you the best deals, the best prices, and the best cash prizes. Hold on to your Santa hats because there's up to $50 million in cash to be won. Activate any data plan and you can be one of 14 winners to join DIGICELL's Spin to Win game show, where you can win millions in cash. Activate a data plan today on the best network and make this Christmas the best one yet.
Digital.
Are you a business owner? Your expertise is vital to the success of our economy. As a leader in your industry, we invite you to participate in the 2023 National Economic Survey from the Bureau of Statistics. By law, your participation is required. However, it is also an opportunity to share insights that will directly inform key economic policies and future business opportunities. The survey process is simple and guided every step of the way by our knowledgeable data collectors. They will work with you to capture the data that matters efficiently and accurately.
Your insights inform our nation. The 2023 National Economic Survey gives you the power to shape Guyana's economic future. By sharing your expertise, we are able to gather data so that you can make wise investment decisions, anticipate changes in consumer behavior, understand GDP trends to manage risk efficiently, and gain competitive insight for your long-term planning. This legally required survey is confidential. Your data is protected by the Statistics Act, and any information identifying your individual business cannot be shared or used for other purposes, such as taxation. This is your chance to be heard and make a difference.
The National Economic Survey 2023.
Shape tomorrow's economy.
Your participation matters.
As you know, we have been experiencing power outages, prolonged power outages that we are totally dissatisfied with.
Right now, we are producing about 10 megawatt below what the peak requirement necessitates.
The truth be told, the pace at which we are growing would require us to double our capacity as quickly as possible. That is why the gas to energy project and the hydroelectric project is so important for us.
Welcome back. You're watching the evening news. When the National Aviation Safety Seminar got underway today, professionals in the aviation sector were reminded of the significant threat that Venezuela's efforts to annex ESSEQUIBO pose, not only on Guyana's sovereignty, but the aviation sector itself. Here are the details from Jago.
On Monday, the Guyana Civil Aviation Authority held its National Aviation Safety Seminar at the Pegasus Hotel. During the seminar, the aviation professionals were addressed by Public Works Minister EDGHILL. EDGHILL's warnings about the risks to the aviation sector come against the background of Venezuela's belligerence towards Guyana and its ESSEQUIBO territory.
If Venezuela is allowed with its false and disruptive plan to take ESSEQUIBO by force and the use of unlawful means, it means it's a significant disruption to our aviation business. Because ESSEQUIBO is the region where most of our aviation activity takes place.
In laying out the importance of the aviation sector, EDGHILL noted that there are some communities in the hinterland only accessible by air. In fact, he noted that more than 95% of all domestic aviation is between the coastline and the hinterland.
A significant amount of trade takes place between the hinterland and the coastline. The livelihood of many people depend on aviation in the hinterland. There are communities in the hinterland that are only accessible by air.
He also urged the aviation sector to join the government's campaign of reinforcing that ESSEQUIBO belongs to Guyana. Jago, the Evening News.
A number of Venezuelan migrants who fled the economic and social collapse of the neighboring Spanish-speaking country on Sunday came out in support of Guyana against the Venezuelan regime's baseless claim on Guyana's ESSEQUIBO territory. Rupasina Ryan reports.
Bearing placards during a rally in Georgetown on Sunday, the Venezuelans sent a clear message that having already escaped the Nicolas Maduro regime and settled in Guyana, they have no interest in Venezuela encroaching on Guyana's territory and bringing more of what they escaped from. Home Affairs Minister Robeson Ben, who was at the demonstration, addressed the gathering and lauded them for choosing to express support for and stand with Guyana.
We are moved by this demonstration of support that they're giving to us at a particularly critical time. It is precious for us that these Venezuelans and Guyanese mixed people here can come here in the open this morning and express support for Guyana's position in relation to the ESSEQUIBO controversy. We view Venezuelans as our brothers and cousins. We as a country, have always welcomed persons who are in distress. We have no reason to want to fight Venezuelans or even to disrespect Venezuelans. We are happy having a country with a low population, to have people who will come to Guyana to work, to increase our population, to help us develop Guyana together.
Over the past few weeks, Guyana has been informing regional and international partners of the referendum planned by Venezuela for December 3rd, which has been criticized by the United States, CARICOM, and the Organization of American States, as well as several other nations in the region, including Brazil, for seeking to, among other things, gain a national consensus to annex Essequibo. In addition to its substantive case at the International Court of Justice, Guyana is currently seeking an injunction from the World Court against Venezuela's efforts to annex Essequibo via its planned December 3rd referendum.
While emphasizing that Guyana is not a warmongering nation, Vice President Jago also sent a strong message to Venezuela that Guyana will defend its territory by all means necessary, including fostering military cooperation with its international allies. Here is Rupasina Ryan again with the details.
Vice President Dr. Jago on Sunday addressed a public meeting in Ana Regina Region 2 on Venezuela's threats to Guyana's territory. His comments came against the backdrop of his announcement last week that officials from the United States military are expected in Guyana this week.
They claim they don't want to do anything, but we can't trust Venezuela, particularly given the rhetoric that is coming from there. As I said before, we're not a belligerent nation. We have never invaded anyone. We don't have any design on anyone's territory. We're not a Trojan horse to invade other countries. But we will have military cooperation, defense cooperation with all of our allies, including the United States of America, that we be prepared for any outcome. This is important for us. And so I want to reassure you here in Essequibo, now and long into the future, you will remain Essequibans and residents of the country of Guyana.
Pointing to the outpour of support Guyana has been receiving from the international community compared to Venezuela, whereas only one country, Nicaragua, has voiced support for Venezuela's claims on Guyana's territory, Jago emphasized that Guyana will continue to pursue a settlement of its border before the International Court of Justice.
Venezuela is not as strong as it thinks it is because it has no external support. No external support. But we have to recognize that when this border is settled, and it will be settled by the International Court of Justice, it will be settled there, and that's the only place for it to be settled, and we are not moving out of that jurisdiction because it was provided for by the Geneva Agreement. We're now withdrawing from the International Court of Justice as Maduro wants.
Last week, the Vice President had said that Guyana is working on its defense cooperation with several countries amid Venezuela's aggression to annex Essequibo, and that the United States Department of Defense has stepped up to offer high-level presence this very week. During his weekly press briefing on Thursday, Jago had affirmed that the country's allies have been engaged to plan for any outcome amid heightened tension in the border controversy with Venezuela. From this week and leading into December, the U.S. teams are scheduled to make several visits here. Rupa Sinarain, The Evening News.
After over 100 years of existence, the BERBICE Chamber of Commerce and Development Association, which is the second oldest chamber in the country, is seeking to build its own office and complex facility. Our BERBICE correspondent Andrew Carmichael tells us more.
President of the BERBICE Chamber of Commerce and Development Association, BCCDA, Samantha Reid, on Sunday unveiled plans to finally construct a fixed complex for the organization, an undertaking that will cost some $30 million. The disclosure was made during a fundraising event dubbed Brunching with Bosses, which was attended by Senior Minister with Responsibilities for Finance, Dr. Ashley Singh, and Natural Resources Minister Vikram Bharat. According to Reid, who is the 139-year-old Chamber's first female president, the BCCDA is seeking to build a dedicated facility that will not only serve as a headquarters, but also as a hub for training and capacity building programs.
With my experience being in business, I see many investors coming to Guyana, many banking facility, financial facility, but I don't see a lot of them helping small businesses. They said the risk is too great, and some of those things they would say. And mostly, large businesses get funding. So I would like to see more people investing in small businesses, and that's where capacity building comes in, and that's what I'm trying to help these businesses build their capacity, as well as financial literacy is very important in business. Most small businesses fail between the first 1 to 3 years, and most time from stats is because of lack of management skills, not knowing how to budget and stuff like that.
She said the Chamber recognizes that many businesses face challenges in areas like management, accountability, and sustainability. The Chamber hopes to be able to provide small businesses with the tools and knowledge that they need to strive and achieve longevity. In realizing this dream, Reem said significant strides have already been made.
We have started the planning process and hope to commence construction as early as January. It's incredible to see our members coming forward with contributions, including some members dedicated building materials, financial commitments, and as well as their own labor to this project.
She singled out Banks DIH, which has committed $1 million to the project, and Sheriff Group of Companies, which has already provided $2 million. Meanwhile, Minister Ashley Singh, speaking about developments taking place in the region, urged persons to carefully consider opportunities available before making investment decisions.
I urge you to do so. I urge you to take a long, serious, hard look at all of the incredibly exciting opportunities. We're doing a lot of construction work, but not everybody knows construction work. Construction may be what you are good at, or it may very well be what you are not good at, and maybe you should be looking at something else.
For the Evening News, Andrew Carmichael.
And now for a look at the bridge reports.
The Damara Harbour Bridge is scheduled to be closed to vehicular traffic on Tuesday, November 28, 2023 at 4 hours for a period of 1.5 hours. Meanwhile, the BERBICE River Bridge is expected to be closed at 16 hours 35 on Tuesday, November 28, 2023, also for a period of 1.5 hours.
Limacall League Chase Ansgrove win in 6th round, and Windies Academy defeat Ireland by innings and 134 runs. Details of these stories in the Sportcast, sponsored by MacCorp, coming up on the other side of the break.
John Lewis Styles is proud to introduce for the very first time their own brand of women's clothing. A line of hand-picked styles and designs of modern and contemporary women's clothing. Fashionable enough for the young. Styles that are timeless, and quality that you're accustomed to. Choose from t-shirts, tops, pants, jackets, shorts, dresses, and even hoodies. So come see our new women's line on Waterloo Street on the 2nd floor. John Lewis Styles. Simply different.
Moving, lifting, or bending, whatever the job, we at Sylvie's Variety Store have the right tools to make it happen. Pallet jacks and hand trucks for bonds and industrial sites, easy pickup and convenient maneuvers. Chain hoist from Roughneck and Northern Industrial, the perfect solution to lifting heavy objects. And then there's the 12-ton and 16-ton hydraulic pipe benders from 1/2 to 2 inch. We also stock the shop press machine from Northern Industrial. Sylvie's Variety Store stocks the tools to make it happen.
Giving you the best Christmas with Digicel.
This Christmas, it's all about the best. Digicel is bringing you the best deals, the best prices, and the best cash prizes. Get half off and a whopping 50 gigs of data when you purchase the Samsung A04 for just $14,000, the Samsung A14 for just $29,000, or the Samsung A24 for just $35,000. That's right, half off and 50 gigs of data. It doesn't get any better than this. So why wait? This Christmas, buy nothing but the best. Offer good while stocks last.
Digicel.
Superbet, your best bet. With many agents countrywide, our products are easily accessible. Visit an agent nearest to you to play your favorite games. Must be 18 years and older. Terms and conditions apply. Play responsibly.
Are you a business owner? Your expertise is vital to the success of our economy. As a leader in your industry, we invite you to participate in the 2023 National Economic Survey from the Bureau of Statistics. By law, your participation is required. However, it is also an opportunity to share insights that will directly inform key economic policies and future business opportunities. The survey process is simple and guided every step of the way by our knowledgeable data collectors. They will work with you to capture the data that matters efficiently and accurately.
Your insights inform our nation. The 2023 National Economic Survey gives you the power to shape Guyana's economic future. By sharing your expertise, we are able to gather data so that you can make wise investment decisions, anticipate changes in consumer behavior, understand GDP trends to manage risk efficiently, and gain competitive insight for your long-term planning. This legally required survey is confidential. Your data is protected by the Statistics Act, and any information identifying your individual business cannot be shared or used for other purposes, such as taxation. This is your chance to be heard and make a difference.
The National Economic Survey 2023.
Shape tomorrow's economy.
Your participation matters.